Good morning, students. So I will continue with the D block elements. So last class we have discussed about one of property electronic configuration. Now we shall see about ionic size. The ionic size or ionic radii decreases with increase in atomic number. So as you can see, the values given below: scandium, which is having 0.81 angstrom, titanium 0.91, vanadium 0.88, and goes on. So after scandium, titanium has a gradual, instead of gradual decrease, there is anomalous increase. After that, the ionic radii goes on decreases up to zinc. So this decrease in size, ionic size or ionic radii, are due to the nuclear force of attraction and also imperfect shielding of outer electrons by d electrons present in n-1 d subshells. So that means, if you take scandium, so the atomic number is 21, that is for scandium atom. For scandium ion, plus 2 ion, so it becomes, so 2 electrons are removed from the scandium, so ionic radius decreases. So titanium, it should also be in same way, but since the atomic number is 22, if you remove 2 electrons are removed from the d subshell, and you will get a completely filled 4s subshell. So this has made the ionic size, ionic radius, little bit increase instead of a decrease in the ionic radius along the period. And after titanium, you can see vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, all have decreased. And again finally you can see at the zinc, again Zn plus 2 ion, the 2 electrons are removed from 4s orbital, you will see a complete filled subshells. So that's why there is again an increase in the ionic radius, that is increase in nuclear force of attraction, also due to the imperfect shielding of outer electrons by d electrons. So next, if you see melting and boiling points, the melting and boiling point of transition elements are generally very high. The melting points of most of transition elements are above 900 degrees centigrade. The reason for such exceptional behavior is that atoms of these elements have completely filled sets of d orbitals, that is, the d orbitals in each case contain maximum of 10 electrons. So except these, most of the transition elements, zinc, cadmium and mercury, have low melting points, that is being 419.5 degree, 320.9 degree and so minus 38.4 degree. So this, why these have generally very high melting and boiling point means, so most of the have completely filled set of our d orbitals, that is electrons have been completely filled in the d subshells. So this makes it is impossible to remove these electrons, that is when you heat, bond breaks. So when you have a completely filled or half filled set of electrons, it is impossible to remove these electrons. So that's why we have very high melting and boiling points. So you can see in the graph, so scandium is having 1539, titanium 1668, so then vanadium is having 1900, so chromium 1800, so on. So finally copper is having a less melting point. So there is when there is a completely filled or half filled d subshells, it is impossible to remove those electrons, it is impossible to break the bond very easily. So there you require very high temperature to break these bonds. That's why these have very high melting and boiling point. So coming to the next property, density. As atomic number increases, atomic volume decreases and there is corresponding increase in density. So according to the density of transition elements are quite high. As the inner orbitals gets filled, the increased nuclear charge pulls the electrons inwards, thus atomic volume decreases and density increases. That means if you compare with the any classroom or anything like that, so when you have a small number of benches and more number of students, so here we see density is increased. So when there is big classroom and small number of students, so we say it is less dense. So in similar way you can compare here with the density for the D block elements. So you can see in this scandium is having 3.01, titanium 4.51, again vanadium 6.10. Density goes on increases. So atomic volume here you can almost compare with just an ionic radii or atomic radii. So as atomic number increases, atomic volume decreases, and thus there is corresponding increase in density. Volume decreases doesn't mean that size decreases. So electrons gets filled, so that's why there is a less space to fill the electrons. As atomic number increases, atomic volume decreases, and thus there is corresponding increase in density. That means it gets completely filled, so it becomes a densely populated environment. So accordingly density of transition elements are quite high. So this is about density with respect to the D block elements. So coming to the ionization energy, the ionization energy increases as we move from left to right across the 3D series. This is due to the decrease in atomic size and increase in nuclear force of attraction. As we move from left to right in 3D series from scandium to zinc, atomic number increases. Only atomic number increases. So there is same subshell, 3D subshell, only the increase in the number of electrons. So that means only atomic number increases. So this is, again we can say there is increase in number of protons as well. So as protons also increases, the nuclear force of attraction also increases. So it drags the electrons towards it. So as it drags the electron towards it, you require more energy to remove the one outermost electron. So that's why ionization energy increases as we move from left to right across the 3D series. So first ionization energy varies irregularly due to the reorganization of energy after removal of one electron. So chromium has very low first ionization because removal of one electron gives stable 3D phi configuration to the chromium. Even zinc has very high first ionization energy because electron should be removed from NH2 subshell which has extra stability. So where there is a half filled or completely filled subshells, there will be an enormous increase in the ionization energy. So this may give to the anomalous behavior in the variation of ionization energy as we move from scandium to zinc. There may be increase, so gradual increase, after there may be a decrease, again after there may be increase, so and again may be a decrease. The second and third ionization energies are very high compared to the increase in first ionization energy. In fact, values of chromium and copper are sufficiently higher than the neighboring element. This is because outer electron chromium plus is 3D phi and that of copper plus is 3D 10. Removal of electron from highly stable exactly half-filled subshell. Similar removal of electron from highly stable exactly complete 3D requires more energy. That's why ionization energies are more or increases as we move from left to right across the 3D series.